Hey y'all, so I ran across this video of these guys who stole $230 million. It was this guy and his friends. They stole $230 million from some people through Bitcoin, and they pulled off, honey, a scheme. So we're gonna watch this video and y'all know I'm gonna talk about it.
It's the 19th of August 2024, the day a group of young adults carried out one of the largest crypto heists ever recorded. 20-year-old Malone Lam, 18-year-old Virch Tao, 21-year-old Jendiel Serrano, Danish Khan and Chen. These kids targeted a single Genesis creditor who had no idea they were about to lose a staggering $230 million worth of Bitcoin. But how did they pull it off? Were they expert hackers with advanced coding skills? Well, it was much simpler than it seems. These scammers did something very clever. They hacked into basic human nature.
That's crazy.
It all began with a phone call, a seemingly harmless contact from Google support, but this call wasn't from Google at all. Using a spoof number, Vichetal, also known as Wiz, convinced the victim that their personal accounts had been compromised. With this false sense of urgency, he gained access to the victim's Gmail and iCloud, where he gathered key security information. Another call followed, this time from Jendiel Serrano, aka Box, claiming to be a representative from Gemini, the crypto exchange the victim used. The victim was tricked into believing their account was under attack. Under pressure and convinced they needed to act fast, the victim reset their two-factor authentication settings, giving the thieves the access they needed to take control of the Gemini account, quickly sending funds to a compromised wallet. The situation was spiraling, but the victim had no idea. When he was asked to use AnyDesk, a remote access software, it seemed like another step in securing their assets, but in reality it was the final blow. As the victim unknowingly shared the screen, the private keys to their Bitcoin wallet were exposed, and in just a few clicks, the digital fortune was transferred into the hands of the thieves.
Oh wow.
No way. No
That is so crazy how they was able to pull that off. I don't know how many times people are scammed this way. Like, you would think that they went through some, something real technical to get these people information and scam them like that. But it seemed like it was fairly easy. They just used a spoof number, it pretended they called from Google, and then pretended that they needed to reset their two-step authentication in order to stop some type of hack that was going on. And they literally did this over the phone. When are people gonna understand when you get a phone call over the phone about something financial, your bank or anything like that, and they call you, that you need to hang the phone up and then call your bank directly yourself? Stop accepting these phone calls and these emails because you don't know if it's real or what. Like, if I get a phone call from somebody and they say, hey, your bank account, we suspect this fraud going on, or somebody trying to get in your bank account, what I do is I'll hang up and then I'll call the direct bank number to make sure. Because, honey, you're not about to get me. The people have gotten so many times this way from people calling, even elderly people. Y'all need to understand, stop accepting these phone calls. If something is going on, make sure you hang up and dial the number. Well, not that number. Find a direct number and call back and make sure. Stop letting people get y'all like this. I don't even know how this was possible.
way.
I see it. It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No way.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
In a private video, they recorded the live reactions to the successful transfer of 4,064 bitcoins valued at over $230 million at the time, clearly excited as they watched the millions flow into their wallets. How did they manage to pull off such a heist? How could someone with that much wealth be deceived so easily?
Exactly.
And why will they record themselves in the act of committing such a massive crime? These are questions that might never be fully answered, but one thing was clear: the money was now in the hands of the criminals, and they knew their work wasn't done yet. Exactly 17 minutes after, they quickly set about laundering the money. To make it harder for authorities to track the stolen crypto, they split the Bitcoin into smaller amounts and transferred it across 15 different exchanges, a common tactic known as pill chains.
Wow.
The idea was to break the large transactions into smaller ones, making them harder to trace. Bitcoin was swapped for Litecoin, Litecoin was swapped for Ethereum, and Ethereum was swapped for Monero. The process took several days, with constant swapping between different currencies and exchanges. distance, further obscuring the trail.
Go to the top right, the settings bar. Settings, no, not that. Like the swap settings.
So they recorded themselves doing this.
Set custom recipient. No, bro, what the hell? Do 998.
Mark, bro, you're so horrible.
You can't.
Bro, I'm clearly busy, Caleb. Planning a heist.
Soon enough, all the stolen money was now clean money, ready to be spent, and the criminals didn't hold back. The day before the heist even took place, they were already planning on how to spend their fortune, sharing links with each other on Telegram of expensive luxury clothes they wanted to purchase, from brands like Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, and Philippe Plein. While most of the crew chose to play it safe, keeping a low profile and resisting the temptation to splurge, one man couldn't help but stand out. His name? Malone Lam.
Okay, let me say this first. That is usually the problem when people do crazy stuff. You always hear about them splurging and going to show off what they got. And then why would they record everything that they was doing in their conversations and stuff like that? Why was they recording that? Like, what's going on? There's no way you should have been doing something like this and recording it. Like, y'all really set yourself up. Y'all made the job easy for the investigators. You know, like, that was crazy.
Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin'.
Malone was based in LA, and the moment he got his hands on the money, he wasted no time diving headfirst into a luxurious lifestyle. Everything he had once watched wealthy people enjoy was now within his reach, ready to become his new reality. Nightclubs became his second home. Almost every night, he hit a club, spending ridiculous amounts of money on VIP sections and bottle services. His bar tabs were unbelievable, some nights costing $265,000, $300,000, and even more than $500,000 in a single night. If you were in one of those clubs, you couldn't miss him.
Hey, yo, Malone, you going real crazy like it's your birthday.
Man, that's crazy. You spending that much money. Even wealthy people don't spend their money like that. So that's what made you stand out. Like, why was you going crazy? See, people don't use their head. People with money don't spend money like that. So you wanted to be recognized. You wanted to stand out. You wanted to get recognition. And honey, that's what cost you, because they did this on August 19th of this year, and they was caught up by September. And it was more than likely because of the reckless spending that they was doing. That's crazy.
Him will be flossing on signs, and DJs will shout his name, giving him all the attention.
Malone! Send me bottles, Malone! Welcome home, Malone. They just hit $100,000 in bottles right now. Jesus, Malone, this is next level. Malone, you're not stopping tonight, right?
He quickly became everyone's favorite, because whenever he was around, everyone got to drink for free. He threw around cash like it was nothing, and one time he even handed a DJ a massive 6-liter bottle of Golden Ace of Spades champagne, which could cost anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000. Another time he tipped a DJ $2,000 and had all the unopened bottles in the club sent straight to his house.
He even tipped me $2,000. When I tell you the amount of bottles he sent me that I took home, brand new, everything sealed, brand new.
But as fun as LA was, it still didn't feel like enough. He craved more attention, more luxury, more extravagance. So what did he do? He chartered a private jet to Miami. There, he took his spending to a whole new level. In Miami, Malone settled in a waterfront mansion. This place wasn't just any house. It was a $10.5 million estate with a $62,000 a month rental price tag. This mansion was massive, covering over 8,500 square feet, with 25-feet ceilings, 10 bedrooms, and a huge pool with a jacuzzi. It had 2 big front gates and a garage with a spacious driveway that was later filled with expensive supercars and luxury vehicles. Malone bought a black Mansory SF90, a white Lamborghini Urus, a fully kitted out white Mansory Lamborghini Urus with baby blue interior, a matte black Lamborghini Revuelto, the new Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the new Ferrari SUV in black, 2 Mercedes-Benz G-Class, 1 in grey, 1 wrapped with matte black camo, a convertible matte black and pink Rolls-Royce Dawn, a blue BMW M4, another Lamborghini Revuelto in matte grey, a blue Lamborghini Urus, an all-white wide-body kit Lamborghini Aventador SVJ with Malone's name written on the bottom of the door, a matte black Ferrari 12 Superfast, another Lamborghini Aventador SVJ in blue, a pink Urus, which Malone originally bought as a gift for his ex-girlfriend to try to get her back, but got rejected again. A fully black carbon fiber McLaren 765 LT, a blue Pagani Huayra, and many more cars. If he did.
Okay, for one, he bought all these cars. First of all, when I first watched this video, I was wondering, how did he get away with this? Because even though he stole this in cryptocurrency, he stole the money in cryptocurrency, you have to cash cryptocurrency out to a bank. So the bank didn't see this excessive spending and wonder what was going on. They probably the ones who told on him. Because you'll think that they would report that. Like, where is all this money coming from overnight that you could spend this type of money? He's spending millions of dollars and the bank didn't say anything. So that will be, you know, a red flag. He kind of got himself caught up with that, because you would think that, yeah, the bank had to say something. Because if you haven't been spending this type of money, first of all, where the money come from and how is you spending this type of money that in this small period of time? People don't spend money like that. And most people know, even when you have legit money, your bank, if you make large purchases and stuff like that, like a really big large purchase, for me, usually I have to call my bank and let them know, like, hey, I'm about to buy X, Y, and Z. I just want you to know it's me. Or I go in and let them know, you know, and even if you've been with your bank for a long time, if you spending outside the norm, baby, they will put a lock on your account and freeze it, and you'll have to go into the bank and just, you know, let them know, hey, this me, and verify your identity. So how was he able to do this through the bank? Because I know he didn't buy this stuff in Bitcoin, of course, or in cryptocurrency, because according to them, he was flipping the currencies from one currency to another with cryptocurrency, from Bitcoin to Ethereum to this to that. So yeah, this is crazy, y'all.
Didn't realize it by now, Malone was always rolling with fashion. He rocked high-end designer pieces like Louis Vuitton and Givenchy. His style was expensive, with the most expensive piece of clothing being the Moncler Maya 70 by Paul Manges jacket, which alone cost $50,000 or more. But after all this wasted money on clubs and cars, Malone finally decided to invest his money in timeless pieces that would hold the value over time, like these Cuban link chain bracelets filled with diamonds, a Rachel Millie covered in diamonds, and a diamond ring for each one of his fingers. One Rachel Millie wasn't enough, of course, so he bought multiple. Even his glasses had diamonds.
Yo, don't take no video.
Malone wasn't just a millionaire obsessed with himself. He had a generous side, often using his wealth to give back to others in need. He bought 5 Birkin bags and gave them away to random girls at the club. One of these lucky ladies was a model named Olivia Allen.
Guys, I can't even make this up when I say that I just woke up to a Birkin in my bedroom because a man gave it to me in the club last night. This is your sign to go clubbing.
Another lucky lady who got a Birkin bag was famous TikTok star Sky Bree.
Me and my 2 girlfriends walk over to the section, and this kid, I'm gonna refer to him as like a kid. I mean, he was definitely over the age of 18. He looked pretty young. He comes towards me and he's like, I got this for you.
She ended up saying she didn't like it.
It's beautiful, but to be honest, it's not really my style.
While Malone was busy making his name known, flaunting his wealth at every turn, he was also drawing the wrong kind of attention. His outrageous spending, paired with his desire to be noticed, made it easier for authorities and blockchain experts to track him down. Investigators, including prominent figures like ZachXPT, were closely watching the flow of the stolen funds, tracing each move as he splurged on cars, clubs, and luxury items.
Yeah.
The more he spent, the more obvious it became that his newfound fortune was linked to the heist, and soon
Yeah, because he literally is the one who got all of them caught up. Because he was spending excessively. Like, why would you be spending the money like that? Why? It was like he was getting a thrill or adrenaline or some type of feeling he was getting from splurging the money on people and basically buying friends at this point. Because honey, I know the club, they made a lot of money off him. So it's just crazy that was the first thing he did. And why his buddies didn't tell him, hey, slow down, you're gonna get us caught up.
enough, the walls started closing in. Malone thought he was untouchable, but behind the scenes, law enforcement and experts like ZachXPT were already connecting the dots. Through his flashy spending, investigators tracked large transactions linked to the stolen Bitcoin, using blockchain analysis to map out the movement of funds. What's more, both Box and Wiz slipped up during the process of laundering the funds. On several occasions, they accidentally leaked the stolen funds with their personal assets. Wiz, for example, also leaked his full name during a screen recording, while Box reused deposit addresses, making it easier to trace the funds back to them. These mistakes, combined with recorded conversations and digital footprints, painted a clear picture of the criminal's activities. By mid-September 2024, the FBI and other authorities had gathered enough evidence to act. On the 19th of September, federal agents raided Malone's Miami mansion.
Now, ain't that crazy? The 19th of September, that's when they did this, was on the 19th of August. They did it on the 19th of August and literally 30 days later. So he did all this stuff within a 30-day period. That's crazy. And the other part that I got to do a little research on, but I know that it used to be where cryptocurrency was not FDIC insured. So yeah, these people was kind of out of luck with getting their money back, because from my knowledge, it's still not insured. So yeah, they out of luck, yeah.
He was arrested, surrounded by all the luxuries he had bought with a stolen fortune.
We hear boom, and we thought that was shooting in the neighborhood, and we saw a lot of police. This was something that never happened in this neighborhood. Most of the time was a lot of party. It was party because I can hear from my house the music.
It was a stark contrast. Malone, who had lived like a king for just a short while, was now being led away in handcuffs. Authorities were able to freeze over $9 million in stolen funds, with $500,000 already returned to the victim. However, a significant portion of the stolen money remains in cryptocurrency wallets. At the time of making this video, $21 million linked to Box is still sitting in one wallet, while Virche Tao, also known as Wiz, has around $39 million tied up to his account. Additionally, $4 million of Malone's funds remain untouched in another wallet. But what happened to everything else he bought? The cars,
so
the
that's
club?
like only 80 million in total, somewhere around that 70-some million in total that's still in the crypto wallets. But yeah, where's the rest of the money besides the cars? I know that don't add up to the other 100 and something million that's missing. So he was spending recklessly.
The private jets, and all the flashy stuff. See, when a criminal buys luxury items, like cars, with stolen money and later gets arrested, the government steps in and seizes those assets through a process called asset forfeiture. This allows law enforcement to take control of anything purchased with illegally obtained funds, such as cars, houses, or expensive jewelry. Once these assets are seized, they are usually put up for auction. In many cases, dealerships or buyers, including the same dealer who originally sold the cars, can purchase them again, often at a lower price than they were initially sold for. The money made from these auctions then is used in a couple of ways. A portion of it will go toward compensating the victims of the crime, helping to recover some of the stolen funds, while another portion could be used to cover the cost of the investigation and legal proceedings. If the victim is lucky, he can get 50 to 65% back after the auction and administrative fees, the cut the investigators will get. However, in Malone's case, 3 of the cars he purchased, the Mandarin Lamborghini Urus, the Lamborghini Revuelto, and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, were later transported to LA following his arrest. These cars were spotted by EFF Spot, a popular YouTuber who is known for his rare and expensive car spotting videos. In this particular video, both the Revuelto and the Porsche appeared with noticeable damage. The Revuelto had significant front-end damage, while the Porsche was dented in the rear.
Now how you tell them cars up that fast? I would be so mad that like you done tow these cars up that fast, probably drinking and driving. Cause how you tell them cars up?
Had likely rear-ended the Porsche. This kind of damage will undoubtedly decrease the value of these cars when they go to auction, significantly reducing the amount the victim could recover. The same process will apply to the clothes, jewelry, watches, and designer glasses that Malone purchased. These luxury items are likely to be seized by authorities and auctioned off as part of the asset recovery process. High-end watches, such as his Richard Mille pieces, are particularly valuable and could bring in significant amounts at auction. While designer clothes typically depreciate in value, Malone's expensive pieces will still hold enough worth to help recover the funds for the victim. As for the wallet spending in clubs, that money is pretty much gone. When you blow $500,000 in a single night on bottle services and VIP sections, the clubs aren't held responsible for giving it back, especially if they had no clue the money was stolen. Same goes for the private jets. Those jet companies provided a legitimate service, so the money Malone spent on his flights is long gone. In conclusion, while most of the big ticket items can be seized and auctioned, much of what Malone spent on services like clubs and private jets is lost for good. This story isn't just just about a major heist or the luxurious lifestyle Malone enjoyed for a brief moment. It's a lesson in greed, the dangers of showing off wealth that wasn't earned, and how quickly everything can come crashing down. Despite all the money spent, the nights out and the flashy purchases, Malone's dream life was built on stolen funds, and it was only a matter of time before it fell apart. Authorities might recover some of the stolen money, but the damage done to the victim and the recklessness of Malone's spending spree are a reminder of how easily things can slip away. For Malone and his friends, what started as a wild ride of lavishness ended in arrests and their names tied to one of the biggest crypto crimes in history. In the end, this heist shows us that no matter how clever the crime or how big the payout, the law always catches up, and the price they paid was far greater.
Well, yeah, that is crazy. Like, when I seen this video, I'm like, how did they get away with this? How was people so foolish to fall for this tactic? You know, and you hear about so many different crimes, similar. They might be smaller, but similar to this, where people get hacked or scammed over the phone from scammers that call them and trick them into logging into something and things like that. But the crazy part is, I'm still wondering how they was able to even pull that off, because if you're familiar with cryptocurrency, if you have a crypto wallet or a crypto account of any kind, you know that the security on your account is crazy. And it's been like that since day one when cryptocurrency first came out. Like, they make you authenticate that you have to have your passcode if you lose your your password or whatever. Like, just logging in is something else. And so how they was able to pull this off is crazy, because usually they be on it. So they whatever they did, for one, they was foolish for running their mouth, recording everything they did. They had plans for this, and it's really sad, but I'm glad that they got caught. I'm glad that they could get caught, because I remember in the beginning of cryptocurrency, back when Bitcoin was cheap. It's not anymore, but back when it was cheap and I should have invested in it. I remember the government having so many issues with cryptocurrency because it wasn't safe. And they always talked about people being careful investing into cryptocurrency, because it was nothing that they could do if people got scammed and things like that. So I guess they buckled down over the years, and yeah, they catching all the crabs that's going on with the cryptocurrency, which is good, because I've heard about a lot of people getting scammed through cryptocurrency over the years. So as far as I know, cryptocurrency still is not FDIC insured. And you can tell that from this, because these people might not get all of their money back, if any. Some of them might not get anything, because what they recovered is just not enough to get back that $230 million. But yeah, this is nuts. And then these people ran their mouth. That's really how they got caught up. I wonder if they wouldn't have, they probably still would have eventually got caught. You know, they was trying to switch the money up to different current cryptocurrencies, but they still would have got caught. They was just reckless with it anyway, and that's good. You shouldn't have did anything like that. And ain't it insane that he spent so much money and did all of that in a matter of 30 days? You spent that much money? That's how you got caught. For one, you was greedy. Two, you was doing reckless spending. People with that type of money don't spend like that. I don't understand why people don't get that. Just like the people who did the PPP loan crimes and all that, they got caught from the reckless spending, going to buy big luxury houses and cars and things like that. Like, what are you doing? You wanted to splurge the money and show off, and honey, that's why you're at where you're at now. So anyway, y'all, I don't know. I just ran across this video and I thought it was like, oh my God. And I know it's kind of old. It's a few months old, but I still had to cover this because I could not believe that they was able to pull this off so swiftly and easily and get over on people like that, especially people that have cryptocurrency. Usually you would think they're a little bit smarter than to take a phone call from somebody, because when do Google call you? Come on now. They don't call you. You should know that. You would be getting all type of emails and everything and alerts. You would have knew something was wrong. And then number two, well, which should be number one, if you get these type of phone calls telling you that like something is going on with one of your accounts or something like that, you're supposed to hang up and then call the company directly or the bank or whatever. Okay? That's what you're supposed to do. Stop taking these calls, y'all. For real, because people is getting got so bad that like they literally trusted whoever was on that phone and let them get screen share to their computers and things, and that's how they was able to get in and steal these people money. So it is what it is, y'all. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, and everything in this video was alleged and is alleged. And tell me what y'all think in the comments. Did y'all hear this story, and what do you think about it? Anyway, till next time, y'all, I am out. Bye.